The FIFA World Cup is live on Sky Sports.
Oh, what a goal!
See every game of football's ultimate showcase.
Glorious!
You need to subscribe to Sky Starter and Sky Sport to watch this premium content. For details, see sky.co.nz.
Welcome to Football Fever with Jason Pine. Powered by News Talk ZB and Sky Sport, the home of the FIFA World Cup. All 64 matches live.
Hello and welcome into Football Fever, your daily World Cup podcast powered by Sky Sport. Jason Pine and David Choate with your penultimate episode. Game 63 of 64 has been played. The playoff for third and fourth place, Morocco v Croatia on Sky Sport.
Croatia take the prize. Runners-up in 2018. 4 years later, it's third place.
It took just 7 minutes for Croatia to open the scoring through one of their players of the tournament.
It will be left for Maya and Perisic and Gvardiol. Brilliant! Magnificent set-piece goal. And the man in the mask comes up with the finishing touch.
Ivan Perisic with the header back across goal for Gvardiol to finish. He now has 6 goals and 5 assists across the last 3 World Cups. Perisic, only Lionel Messi with 16, has been directly involved in more World Cup goals than Perisic across the last 3 World Cups. But the lead only lasted a minute.
Ziyech's ball in. Oh, and Dari's completely free. Instant response. Ashraf Dari pounces his first international goal and instantly wipes out Croatia's lead.
1-1, and then 3 minutes before half-time, Croatia went back in front on Sky Sport.
Kovacic wins it back, and now Livaya. And now there's some promise. Orsic floats it. It is a beautiful goal. Mislav Orsic restores Croatia's lead, and in some style.
That was all the scoring. That was all she wrote. 2-1. It was a reasonably enjoyable game, wasn't it?
It was okay. I think we called it the Booby Prize, or certainly that was one of the calls from the Moroccan camp. It is the kind of game that has little about it for me. I can't lie to you, Piney. I can't get too excited about it. I enjoyed the goals. You enjoy watching decent football, and both of these sides have done themselves proud. They leave the tournament enhanced. It was a bit niggly towards the end, which was a bit odd to me. It got a bit sort of scrappy. Second half was less exciting than first. I'm looking forward to the big dance. This was what was this like? This was like being invited to the blue light disco. I want to go to the big show.
The blue light disco, when we both had hair, that goes back a bit. Yeah, I mean, at least they gave it a crack. Croatia scored as many goals in the first half as they had the previous 4 games combined. Morocco had conceded just 3 goals all tournament, but were 2-1 down at the break. They did give it a crack. Croatia, I think, probably worthy winners. And you look back over the last 2 World Cups, they've lost just 2 of 14 matches at the last 2 World Cups. France in the final last time, and Argentina in the semi-final this time. For a country with a population smaller than ours, they punch well above their weight, don't they?
As I said, Piney, they're good. They're a good side. And couldn't go without mentioning Modric, probably player of the day again.
More touches than anybody in his team.
Yeah, just unbelievable, Modric. The Peter Pan of world football. He just seems to be getting better with age, like a fine wine. Croatia
2, Morocco 1. Croatia take home the bronze medal from Qatar 2022.
Football Fever.
One game to go. The World Cup final. France v Argentina. 4 a.m. tomorrow morning on Sky Sport. Have we worked out who wins this game yet?
No. I change my mind every time I read. I've become obsessed with Messi. I don't know why. Weirdly, I think he's quite good. I've been reading all about him and almost his reinvention. He never sung the national anthem until 2019. Did you know that?
No.
The first time he sung the national anthem was in 2019, and they reckon this is part of this new Messi who's become part of the gang again. Argentinian football is street football.
Why didn't he sing the national anthem?
He just never used to. That wasn't him. And the theory goes that he'd been taken away from Argentina young, gone to Europe and become polite, un-Argentinian, played above the team, if you like.
Yeah.
And Scaloni, who my son reminded me played fullback for West Ham when they were beaten in the FA Cup final. He said, "Do you know that, Dad?" And I said, "No, I don't." But anyway, so he's obsessed with West Ham, and Scaloni has created the environment for Messi to be the leader of the pack. And apparently that's been the whole sort of reinvention. In 2019, for some unknown reason, he started singing the national anthem, having never done so before. So maybe he's embracing his inner Argentinian, his inner fight. And that is evident in his performances, I think.
Fifth World Cup, of course, for Lionel Messi. I've been doing a bit of rabbit holing on Lionel Messi as well. Saw some footage this morning before you popped in of him going onto the pitch for the first time in 2006 at what would have been the German World Cup, and Diego Maradona up in the stands just about losing his mind about this new young pretender.
Yeah, I've seen that piece. It's wonderful, isn't it? A boyish Messi and Maradona, and more on the research from it's he's now building himself into the sort of the likes of Maradona. You know, passionate Argentinians. He's Batistuta they talk about, Mario Kempes they talk about these big Argentinian fighters. And perhaps that's the legacy that's being built in this World Cup for Lionel Messi. Or Leo, as I like to call him now. I'm that close to him. He's Leo.
Oh, right. Maybe tomorrow he'll just be L. But you're right. Isn't it astonishing that around the world the argument or the debate is he the greatest of all time? A lot of people in Argentina don't think he's even the greatest Argentinian player of all time.
No, that's right. He's not mentioned in the same breath as all of those players in terms of those who've lived in Argentina for a long time. The other thing about Argentina that's interesting, they're a big country. I think they're about 45 million. They're massive underachievers on the economic stage. In every other aspect, they feel like sort of underachievers, and football is their way out. Football is life. If they go on and win it, everything will be good for the year in Argentina. It has so much impact. So they carry a massive weight on their shoulders, these guys. But I think they've got themselves a team that's going to scrap and going to be led by their little master.
Can you imagine, though, the heartbreak? Because they haven't won it since 1986. That's 36 years. What do we go between Rugby World Cups, 1987 to 2011, 24 years? 36 years without a World Cup for a country that lives, breathes, eats and prays to its footballers. How hard must that have been? Just given what you've said, that really that's all there is over there.
Yeah, well, that's the challenge for them. They have underachieved in recent time. They hark back to the days of Maradona when in '86, as you say, they won it. They hark back even further to Kempes, and these are the big names, and that's what's missing from the mix. There is a feeling in Argentina that this class of 22 could be their redemption in football, and you won't rule them out, although they've got a hell of a team to play in the French.
Yeah, let's talk about France, because all of the narrative and the lead-up has been Messi for Argentina, but the array of threats for France. You look at Griezmann, amazing at the tournament, a contender, I think, for player of the tournament. Kylian Mbappe, who sprung to life again in the semi-final. Dembele, Olivier Giroud. I see the Karim Benzema rumours have been put to bed. There was thought that he might turn up. He has put those to bed, so we won't see Benzema. But all of those attacking threats, and you think, can Argentina, junkyard dogs as they are, as you've described them, resist all of those threats?
Well, I think they can. And France are a hard one to work out, aren't they? I think they've only played in fits and starts. They haven't gone out there and sort of put on a complete performance, but it's almost how very French of them. Just to sort of step up when they need to step up, to get through as they need to get through. They play almost a game that's managed. They manage themselves. Mbappe, fabulous. 3 or 4 times a day you see him turn on the afterburners and you're absolutely wowed by it. But then he'll just go back into his hole and do his thing. Griezmann, for me, has been the best at tournament. He has been at the heart of everything the French do. But they play in fits and starts. And I don't think Argentina will give them a minute's rest. I think Argentina will be at them the whole match.
I don't think it matters as much to France either. You talked about the Argentinians before and how it defines them. I think if the French football fan, your average French Pierre in the street, will be interested in the game. But if they lose, I don't think it'll be the end of the world.
No, they've got plenty going on in France to entertain themselves other than football. They have a manager in Didier Deschamps who is described as a pragmatist, which isn't... What's that sort of faint praise or something?
It's almost a backhanded compliment, isn't it?
Yeah, the pragmatist. Yeah. He'll work it out. And as a player, I think Cantona called him the water carrier. Which I loved that quote at the time, because Cantona was another one of those players who played the piano and didn't have to carry it.
Yep.
But he had his water carrier Deschamps alongside him. So there's sort of that side. The other thing that Deschamps has clearly done for them is, as the Argentinians have done, he's built real pride in the jersey. He has really got this French team playing for France and getting the best out of players who can on occasions be a bit petulant. There's been no petulance, I don't think. I can't pick a moment in the French campaign where you've gone, oh, here they go, they're about to implode again. They look very unified. The thing that worries me from an Argentinian perspective is I think they have played within themselves, and they might have another gear. They've almost gone through, I saw one writer describe it as a citron, sort of just, they're a citron at the moment, but they've probably got, they've got better in them, another gear perhaps.
Is this a 1-0 or is this like a 3-2?
I think Argentina will play like a 1-0 game. Early goals change the face of it. Where would you want the early goal to go? Probably to the Argentinians for mine, because then that would force France to really come at them.
But then wouldn't you just get 10 Argentinians behind the ball? Yep. I mean, what if France score first, for example?
Well, then I think they'll manage the game perhaps with less sort of intensity than the Argentinians would. I think what's possible here, I mean, you never like to call it, but this could become really niggly. I would say the referee, Polish referee, is it?
Yeah, I haven't seen the officials.
I think it's a Polish referee, and who knows? Look out for cards. When I call them junkyard dogs and mongrels, I don't mean it in a disparaging way. They will not give an inch, the Argentinians. And I could see this being a game where the cards might fly. I think it would be a battle of attrition, to be honest.
I remember 2010, the World Cup final, Spain, Netherlands. I think everybody got booked in that game. And often the World Cup final can be a bit of a disappointment, can't it? Because there's so much on the line. That wasn't a great game. 2014, the late goal by Goetze.
Yeah.
For Germany to beat Argentina. Last time that was pretty good. Plenty of goals, France beating Croatia. But sometimes it can be anticlimactic. I just hope it's not.
Yeah. Well, really, is it the match of the tournament? There'll be other matches we reflect on that. That was a great match. This will be a real arm wrestle. I don't know. It's a toss of the coin for me. I really can't say there's a favourite. I don't even know what the odds are actually for the betting public. But two of the best sides that we picked going into the tournament, coming out the other end. I think it's the dream matchup, but I think it could be a bit sort of brutal, and it might be a bit of a harder game than many.
Well, I checked the odds just before we came on. $1.91 each.
Yeah.
$1.91 each.
Yeah.
So even the TAB, even the great minds
at
the TAB can't separate these two, and that's the market telling them that as well. So, look, it is, as you say, a coin flip, and let's hope that it lives up to its billing as one of the more exciting World Cup finals in prospect anyway. One final podcast tomorrow as we review that final. We'll see you then, Chuddy.
Head says France, heart says Argentina. Look forward to tomorrow.
The FIFA World Cup is live on Sky Sport.
Oh, what a goal!
See every game of football's ultimate showcase.
Glorious!
You need to subscribe to Sky Starter and Sky Sport to watch this premium content. For details, see sky.co.nz.
Deep underground the Jelly Belly factory, Bibi is in her secret laboratory creating the weird and wild flavors of Bean Boozled.
I've done it again!
Is it cappuccino or liver and onions? Dare to compare. Bean Boozled, 6th edition. Are you brave enough?